Good morning, folks. How are you this morning? Ron Bishop here of Timaru, New Zealand again. Hey, what do you think of it so far? Are you enjoying it? This is day 3, I think it is, on my personal self-development program. I'm doing a self-development program for people, right? Online. And every day you can come on here and I'll teach you about stuff. I'll teach you how to be successful in life. Because I'm a professional motivational coach. Okay, now, the first couple of videos that I did on self-development, I talked about a bloke called Joe Smith. And I met Joe because he sent me an email wanting a job. Asked for a job, you see, and I went out and saw him. He lives at a place just out of Timaru called Pariora. He lives out there with his brother. And, and I went out to see him, and twice I went out there to see him. And we sorted him out, you see. I sorted out what sort of a job he wanted. And one of the jobs he wanted was to be a gardener. He's a pretty good gardener, I reckon. So he wanted to be a gardener. So yesterday I rang him up. Well, I didn't ring him up. I sent a text and a email to him to tell him to get in touch with me, see, because I think I had a job for him. I've got a garden at home here, and it needs to be dug over. It's getting near springtime, and it needs to be dug over. And I thought I'll give him that job to do, you see. So I texted him and emailed him. And nothing happened, except I did get a reply and on an answer phone saying he's got no money on his phone. He can't contact me because he's got no money on his phone. Well, how's he going to get a job if he's got no money on his phone? He doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have a car. He's got everything against him. And yet he doesn't have enough money to put on his phone to contact me because I can help him. I've got a job for him, right? So, Joe, if you're listening to this video, will you get in touch with me? Send me an email, right? Send me an email, phone me up, or text me, okay? So we can keep in touch and I can help you get a job. Now, there's an old saying in life. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I've led Joe to water, but he won't drink. An opportunity exists for him, right? But he won't do anything himself, okay? Now, if he wants to be a gardener, there's tons of work in New Zealand today. There's a lot of gardens. If you want to be a gardener, there's plenty of work, isn't there? Eh? And especially out of Pariora. I mean, a lot of gardens out in Pariora. He can get a job out of Pariora. All he has to do is go next door, knock on the door, next door neighbour and say, do you want any gardening done? Can I dig your garden over? Right? He could go right round everybody in Pariora. Not many people live in Pariora, but you could go around every household saying, well, listen, I'm a gardener. Can I help you with your garden? Get your garden ready for the spring. No problem. He can get a job. But no, he needs the motivation. He hasn't got the motivation. Okay? Now, he's not the only one. There's a lot of Joe Smiths out there. A lot of such. Just getting out of bed, right? People just getting out of bed. What's the time? 10 o'clock. There are people on the unemployment benefit that'll be just getting out of bed. And they don't have a job. But because they don't have to work, because they're getting paid not to work. The government pays them not to work. In the old days, when New Zealand was first developed, there was no such thing as the dole. You either worked or you starved. And people used to go around knocking on doors asking for work. But all that's changed now. Look at all these people unemployed, getting paid for doing nothing. So why would they want to work, eh? They make a noise that they want to work, but they don't want to work. You have to want to work. You have to have a desire. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. And the first chapter in Think and Grow Rich is called desire. You must have a desire, a passion for the thing you want to do. Talk to any unemployed person and they'll say, I want a job. But they've got no idea what sort of job they want. Right? They just want a job. I'll do anything, they say. That's no good. That doesn't get you motivated. you have to have a desire for a particular job. There's tons of jobs in the world. But you have to pinpoint what it is that one makes you spin your wheels. When you wake up in the morning and think about going to work, you get excited. A lot of people wake up in the morning and say, oh, it's Monday today, I've got to go to work. What the devil? I wish Friday was here. Listen, thank God it's Monday. When I was in Toastmasters, I did a speech called Thank God It's Monday. Very good speech. I won the competition, right? Thank God it's Monday. Got the whole week ahead of us, haven't we? It's Monday today and we've got a whole week untouched. Isn't that exciting? That's a different attitude, isn't it? It's all about attitude. It's all about how you see the world. It's how you look at Mondays. Mondays are great days. The beginning of the week. Ready for work. Earn some money. Right? It's not only the unemployed people that have the bad attitude. It's people that are employed have bad attitudes as well. They don't like the work they do. They'll tell you they go there for the money. The money's good. They just want the money. They have no interest in the job, right? They know they can't get the sack, and they've probably been there for years. They're not doing the thing they want to do, but they won't change their attitude. In this personal self-development program, you have to be prepared to change. You have to be prepared to change your attitude, right? How do you change your attitude? You decide on what it is you want, and you think about it every day. And the more you think about the job that you want, you see yourself doing the job that you want, opportunities will come to you. We attract into ourselves that which we think about. Whatever we think about, we become. Circumstances, people that have come around us, people we attract into our lives, these are people. They come into our life because of our thoughts, whatever we think about. If you're unemployed and you think about being unemployed, you will attract other unemployed people into your life, and they'll do you no good. They'll sit around all day talking negative stuff, right? It's all the government's fault. It's something else's fault, right? It's never their own fault. They'll sit in their little hut with no work, saying it's all the government's fault, right? You can change. You can change. And that's exciting, right? When you know you can change. All you have to do is change your thoughts. Listen to what I tell you. What I'm telling you right now is what I told Joe. Get a bit of paper. Write down every occupation you can think of on that bit of paper. Write down every occupation. And then cross off the ones you wouldn't want to do, until you get to 3 jobs that you would want to do, that you know that if you did them, you'd spin your wheels. If you got that job, it would spin your wheels, right? So will you do that? Write it down. Then, now listen, Joe, if you're listening, if you got any money on your phone, because you haven't got a computer, so I don't know how the hell you're going to listen to this with no money on your phone, but never mind, someone might tell you, this is what you got to do. You've got to visualize yourself in the job. You could be the best gardener in the world, right? No trouble at all. You're thinking about, you'd say you need a new car. You could think about getting a little truck and starting your own business as a gardener. Why not? There's plenty of opportunities out there for gardeners. Just save up, get a little truck and go around and be the handyman. You could call yourself Joe Smith's Handyman, right? Or go Joe Smith Gardening Services, right? No trouble. It's just a matter of getting up and doing it, right? You got to do it, Joe. You're a good guy, right? But you have to help yourself. I can't do it for you. You have to help yourself, okay? And get in touch with me too, Joe. Call me, phone me. I'll work with you, okay? Listen, I gotta go. Put this up now. If you want a job, think about it. Write down the job you want, and then think about it, and concentrate every day on it. Say to yourself, I've already visualize yourself already in the job that you want to do, okay? And the world will start changing for you, for the better. Listen, I love you all. Keep up the good work, Joe. You're a good boy. You deserve it. So don't spoil it for yourself. Okay? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.